over and over in my mind this morning. Well, they don't have to understand, but as long as they respect it, it'll be alright. It should be alright. It can be alright. But as I think further and deeper into that, I see that that can't be all. And what I mean is the spiritual journey, spirituality as a whole. We know that opposites do attract, and it is a lot of time needed to keep us grounded. But when I think about the choices that I will have to make, whether they are planned or not, can someone who doesn't understand but only respects my decisions, will that be enough? Can that truly be a partner that can stand by me, with me, through all of the things that are going on and that will go on going forward? That energy that I need, that I will be having, it needs to be pure and it needs to stay that way. Every single morning, every single afternoon, and every single night. It should not be questioned. No negative thoughts or energy can be present in that partner, because I will pick up off of that. I will feed off of that. And if need be, that will have to be let go. This is not something to play around with. This is not something that is just a phase in my life. And whoever decides, or whoever is decided for me, has to walk that same path. And I'm not talking about a little bit. They have to be as just devoted as I am. Because I will understand if, and it is a very sensitive subject to me, that there will be times where there will be nothing going on. There will be no action. And I'm talking about of the sexual nature. And I have been with many in the past that I know for damn sure would not understand it or will respect it. And let me kind of give you an idea of what I mean. That there have been people that we've gotten into arguments, don't speak, don't even sleep in the same bed, in the same house for weeks and months. But if I am woken up in the middle of the night by the sensation, or they know that this is all they'll have to do, is wake him up, and I'm all in for it. No questions asked. No, oh, we're together again. Oh, the situation is resolved. Because I take it for what it is. Sex is just sex. There is not that attachment that is with it. And I cannot have that. I cannot have my mind being clouded. I cannot be stressed out because someone doesn't understand why we cannot kiss, we cannot hug, why we cannot fornicate, or we not fucking. To be confronted as to, well, is something wrong, or thinking there's someone else. This is my spiritual journey. This is my spiritual path. All of this is to better myself so I can be better going forward. And for those who are allowed to be around me, to be better. And you have to be a part of that. I can't have someone that when it's convenient, they want to. And it's amazing that I have been so strict, and I thank you for answering my calls or my prayers, because as I'm getting better, our sanctuary is closing in, my mind is being more open. These new thoughts on how I can be a better mommy daddy. I think that, I might be ready. I might be ready to have a serious partner or two. Yeah, I had to throw that in there. You know, ancestors, you know I had to throw that in there. But it is the truth. I cannot afford to be punished because I give in to other people, their emotions. And it doesn't even have to be them forcefully doing it. It is just that I am letting my mind oversee what I know in my heart is wrong. Nothing is going to happen to them because they're just being them. I knew how they were. I know all of this, but I am the one that chose that decision. And I don't want to have to. It's already still at times hard enough for me to quell these urges, these desires. And since it has been, it's been more than a month that I decided what I will give to you, what I will sacrifice. The days and days are harder, literally and physically, if you get it. But I know you do. And I don't want to make that mistake. My libido comes from some of you ancestors. I don't know how many, and that could go on both the male and the female side. And it is something that at times it is very hard to resist. It is very hard to give up that temptation because it is everywhere. It is everywhere. And you have blessed me. You have truly, truly blessed me below and with other things. So it is not like if it is offered, it will not be taken. It will not be received. It will not be enjoyed. And I cannot have that. I cannot have my weakness exploited, breaking my foundation. And there might have been times where I came close, or subconsciously in my mind, I have given in, I have imagined, I have pictured, all the while knowing that if I even attempt, I've just fucked up everything. And there are many of you, both male and female, who that one time thought it might have been okay. And then wonder what happened when you know damn well. But my future partner or partners, they must be like me. They must think in the same way, because I will respect them. Before I truly delve into this, I understood. I did not attempt. I did not cross that barrier. I did not cross that line. I resisted. And I found others to play with as well, even though that was fucked up and wrong, but it's what happened. But I did it. But now I am in their place. It is I who has to make that decision, to decide whether or not. Oh my God, there's so many planes landing. I'm not sure what is going on this Monday morning, but oh my God, they have been flying in like I don't know what to call it. But it is me who is deciding to refrain. I'm the one that is following my decisions, my thoughts, my offering, what I feel. When I know it is time to work, I know that no one should be shaking me. No one should be deterring me from my purpose because they cannot handle themselves. They cannot think of something better to do, or think that I don't love, I don't care, something is wrong, there is somebody else, there is cheating involved. No, that cannot be. For those of you who didn't, who failed, who let that person who know that little sweet spot, who might have been behind the ear, that little spot behind your ankle, a little nibble on the neck. You need someone. You should have had someone that respected you when you were awake and when you were asleep, who might have used other things like alcohol, certain types of drugs to get you to submit to your desires. This is really crazy. I've had to pause this because I know it's been like 8 or 9 planes that have been coming over and landing, but for someone to have taken advantage of you in this state when your mind and your body is weak because you're fighting off those demons, but for them to purposely lead you astray, I cannot have that. I wish you did not go through that and your blessings were lost. Your ancestors shook their heads in shame. You ran away those who were that close to being helped and healed, because then you become just like the rest. You can't keep your word. You don't really mean it. You're not there for the better of us, because all it takes is a dick or a pussy and you falling off the fucking trail. That I wish did not happen to you. And for those of you who doubted, I'm still reframing. And I want you to forgive them. I want you to forgive them, because you know this is not easy. This is not an easy road to walk. It is not a guarantee that you will have a group, you will have a circle, or at times you will have one person that you can depend on, that you can confide in, that you can express your deepest, darkest fears to, and know that they will not use that. And especially if they've already gotten a taste of you, or you've already gotten a taste of them, and you know how good it is. You know that it'll get you right. It'll pull you out of any depression, any sad funk. And you give in. But that is not me. That won't be me. It is a reason why I, at times, don't even see myself living with someone other than my children. Because I fear that would be the end of that relationship, that friendship. Because you have not only sullied me, you have sullied my spirituality. Almost as being a virgin. You have desecrated my mind, my soul, and my body. And I can only blame you because that is what is the normal thing to do. It is not my fault. It's because such and such did. When we know deep down we shouldn't have gotten ourselves in that situation to begin with. We should have made preparations. We should have just stayed the fuck away. That is a fear. That is a fear that I walk with every day. Something that I never thought before because sex is sex. Or a nut is a nut. Or 2 or 3. I didn't care. I don't love them. Just because I did that doesn't mean that I am not spiritual. But that is exactly what the fuck it means. That means that you did not keep your word. Whether you said it out loud or you thought it, it came into existence. So, all of those excuses don't mean nothing to the spirits, to our relatives, to our ancestors. That famous saying, excuses are like assholes. Everybody got one. And I don't want to be there. I already have one. I don't need another. I don't need another. And I cannot clean up after another without good cause. If there is someone or 2 or 3 who is willing, who is fighting just as much as I'm more than happy to help, more than happy to work things out. But also, at the slightest inkling that they are not true, they will be cut off. I've said it time and time again. And I already know that I may be tested in that same area. And at the same time, I fear going into that. Because I don't see women the same. And when I say the same, I'm not talking about in the sexual matter, all of that freaky shit. That shit is not going no motherfucking way. But at first it was, I just need someone that is spiritual. That is what I thought. But let me correct that. First it was someone mentally, physically, and sexually. And spiritually came after. But that was all in the wrong order. That spiritual needs to come first. I need to feel that energy. I need to know. And I'm going to put it out there. Fellatio, head, getting my dick sucked. Yes, ancestors, you know all of that shit. That is that is the ultimate motherfucking weakness. And I don't want to have to worry that if we're out having a good time, eating, with drinking and everything like that. I don't want to have to worry about you or them putting me in a situation where I have a choice, where I get caught slipping, and when I realize it and I stop, it's already too fucking late. Or if I do, the worst is like, well, it's already fucking started, ain't nothing I can do about it now, because that shit does come to mind. I cannot have that. I won't have that. I need to make up for you all who gave in, for you all who had everything right at your door and lost it because you thought that you could be better, you could change someone when you wasn't right within. You did not have that same focus that I have today. You were not strong enough to resist, to refrain from all of that monkey business, as they call it. I am here to let you know it's better now. I'm going to help you. Lead by example. And that's what I am doing. I am leading us into a new age, a new era. You will not see me tempted by those who partially walk this path, who just use the goodness of it. No, that is not. Because if that's not good enough for spirits, for their ancestors, that is damn for sure not going to be good enough for me and mine. I put mine above all. They should. And your partner or partners should understand that this person puts my own ancestors, my own relatives, my own beliefs, my own spirituality just as high as theirs, and holds it as hard and deep in their hearts as they do their own. And that is such a euphoric feeling. That is like having the ultimate orgasm. And I have to explain it that way because that's what it is. That's what it feels like. But that is what it is. So don't you worry. Don't you fret. We're not going nowhere. I'm not going anywhere. And my system and these beliefs aren't either. Amen.